Okay guys, I'm working on the wiring on the Mazda. So this harness goes through that hole, but we did have one plug right here we had to keep for the wipers. So I went inside. I took out the computer, pulled the computer, I cut the wires so I can pull them through this way. So that's where I'm at now. I just pulled my cut wires in, so this harness right here is all that's left, which hopefully is just our wipers. I checked to make sure there's nothing on here I needed. And most of that stuff goes to the whole carbureted system. I do have the other side of the harness coming out too. There's a lot of stuff I need to get rid of on this. A few things I'll keep. Obviously we don't need the PTC relay. We'll keep the horn relay. Then we got a couple wires, oil pressure, alternator light. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's just separating wires on here. Nothing exciting, that's for sure. Okay, that one's free. I have my wiper switch here. I got a couple extra wires off of the computer we'll sort out, and all I have to do really is just put the ground back on for this and plug my wipers back in. It's a lot of wires though. I may end up splicing these down some. Okay, so this harness here. Got a lot of stuff to take out. Obviously our headlights and all our front lights are in here also. We want to keep those, but we need to definitely clean it up some. Well, we don't have to, but I prefer to. I think I'm going to have to take the dashboard out so I can get inside. To work with that. Okay, so we have this kind of thinned out. We got to pull these inside and get rid of these. I've taken out the harness that goes around the front. And I got a bunch of wires I need to get rid of here. I'll keep the horn. We'll get rid of this thing. I forget what it does. I just know we don't need it. And there's a few things along the way we're going to get rid of. Yeah, so it's out. It's ready. As you can see, I've already pushed the seal in the boot. But in here we got the dash pulled. And there were two nuts that were holding this on right here. So we just took the nuts out to get to this harness. And now we're just going to pull it in. Alright. Bam. That's our under hood harness. I'm not really sure where all that goes. Because I know this goes to the brake stuff. The brake booster for the fluid level and stuff. And we don't really have much holding it on. We've got this could unplug. This will unplug. Yeah, everything will. This will unplug off the steering column. And just follow it around to the HVAC. Okay, I just went ahead and pulled all the wiring out of the truck. It's too hot out here to be playing with that. So all the wiring is out. Only thing left is just a loose cable. It was really pretty easy. The only hard part, which I want to say hard, was having to take out the evaporator for the AC and the fan. There's just a couple of 10mm bolts. We had 2 up top, and then there were 2 on the bottom here. And then these straps have a screw. This one was in the back, and there's another one that was in the front more. It was kind of like going up, but that came out. You just have to undo the AC lines, and there's a cover on the front that had to come out. But after that, everything just kind of unplugged. I had to take this out because there's a hidden plug back here that I needed to get out, and then it attached to the evaporator box that I had to pull out so I could unattach it. Other than that, it was really just unplugging stuff. Alright, so I've finished all the wiring. So this is the engine compartment for the Mazda. All we have going over here now is a horn relay, some lights, and this is the headlight, and some more lights. So we got the passenger side lights, driver side lights. This looks like some brake stuff. Yeah, I think that's the windshield washer. You'll notice we've lost a lot of wires. Really thinned out. We took out all the carburetor stuff. And then also some of the power wires that went this way. I pulled them out from here and I ran them through the cab. So there's still more wires that came out through here. I think I pulled a couple wires out of here. We didn't need any more. I added a power wire, and I had to add a ground wire. But out of all that stuff I took out, I had an extra female end that I was able to push in there and just tap into a wire. But it's pretty thinned out. We got our ignition wires here, and most of the stuff inside the cab stayed the same. So for this beauty here, we got our OBD 2-port. And here's some of those wires I was talking about that I just added to go through the cab. And then it'll come out the firewall on the passenger side. So we got like our ignition feed wire, this is our starter, the black and green, and we have another wire that goes to the coil wiring. So this is just my extra length. This ends at the air conditioning, so this is just extra. This will get cut up. Not the starter wire though. So all the wires here will connect to all these wires that I have hanging out here. There are OBD2 wires from the computer. That's this purple, or this red and brown one. This purple one is going to go to my AC fan trigger. We'll talk about that in a minute. Things have changed. So we got our oil pressure gauge, our alternator light, temperature light, our gauge, our ignition. So this ignition wire has to get triggered to the key, which is going to be one of these thick wires here. I think it's the black and white one. Black and white here. Yeah, WR coil, white red on start. So all these wires will connect to everything hanging out here, except for the wire to the ignition key, which, so here's the engine harness inside the engine compartment. This is all, everything that we need. Everything we don't need has been taken out. Like I said, here's our AC fan trigger, and this is our computer radiator fan trigger. And then onto the fuse box. There were a lot of things we didn't need, so I kind of taped them all together. I taped each end first. And then this one I'm going to use for the fan power. But we have our fuel pump, our BTN, which is going to connect inside, and our ignition one. This will connect to one of these main wires here. So I stripped it down so I can do proper testing with it. And like I said, all these are gone. So this box is different from the one that I always find online. So it took a little more digging, but this one had two ignitions, ignition 1, ignition 2. Ignition 1 was only a 30 amp, ignition 2 was a 40 amp. I needed a 40 amp. So we went with that one. AC relay for power. We're not using the AC for the computer, like I thought I mentioned before. There's just a few other things in here we're not using. We're not using this. I'm not even sure where this goes. So with the relay box under the hood, these are everything that I took out. Except for the BTN2, I'm going to use for the electric fan. And here's an updated list of things that I removed out of the computer pin. I took out everything AC because in order to use the AC for the Hyundai Kia system, they use a positive trigger through the push button. And when you turn your air on, you hit that AC button. Hyundai Kia used positive to go to the computer. The Mazda uses negative. So if I hit the button in the Mazda, it'd be a negative trigger, it wouldn't work. So I just, this purple and white wire here, I've already tapped into the AC system. Actually, I did it right on the AC box here. So I tapped, this goes to the switch. This wire right here, this blue and white wire. So I tapped it in there, so when I hit the button, now it's going to send the negative trigger through here, which will turn the relay on and turn the AC fan on. So there it is. That's kind of the wiring in a nutshell. I did the whole thing. Sure, we could have done it and just cut wires and just be done with it. That's not the way I roll. So it's complete. Like I said, other than just connecting these wires to these wires. Okay, I think we can call the wiring done. So next, I'm going to get on the motor. I'm going to do the timing belt, water pump, put on the oil pan, and this manifold is not going to work, so I'll probably take that off. We got to change, the rear main seal back here. Just kind of freshen it up and get it ready to go in. Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps someone out. And, hit that like button if it worked for you. Give you some advice. And come back soon. We'll get the motor ready to drop in.